look around in a house and we see black, brown, yellow, red, white. These colors all cannot get alone in peace together. They must be separated. And think about it, the Bible teaches you that God even has much separated the races one day. Is that right? And that He will in the last day separate the people. Is that right? All right, then what are you arguing about? No white man will talk like that. White man say white man. Yeah, the Negro, don't say stay white. Let us be your brother and we all married together. We're all God's people. We're all from one Father. We're not from one Father. Our Father is not their Father. And His Father is not our Father. As the Bible teaches you in John there in the 8th chapter around the 44th verse, it says that Jesus said, your father is the devil. And if you were the children of Abraham, you would love me. Taking these people out from even the nation of Abraham and even of being the people of the true God. You are the children of the devil. I know your father. Your father was a liar and a murderer from the beginning. And I saw your father fall from heaven. He referred to the fall of Adam from the Garden of Eden in those words. And the murder, Adam was a murderer and his children murdered. That's right. And the whole race of the Adamic people today are liars and murderers. Right? If I'm not right, then shoot me down. Then if I'm right, shoot me standing up. Now, I want to read a letter here that will properly acquaint you with all of the trouble that is going on in Holland. Who is behind it? Who is behind the Times magazine writing an article in there on me and trying to charge me with hate speech? Here is the author here. He wrote me a letter. That is the imperial wizard of the Ku Klux Klan. I want one of you to come up here and read this letter that is not a...
1 Thessalonians 2, 14, 16, St. John's 8, 44 and 48, Christian Knights of the Ku Klux Klan. Arch leader J.B. Stoner, Imperial Wizard, August 6, 1959, Louisville 4, Kentucky. Suite B, 702 Barrett Avenue, corner of Barrett and Broadway. National Headquarters, Post Office Box 48, Atlanta, Georgia. Honorable Stephen P. Kennedy, Police Commissioner of New York City, New York, New York. Confidential and top secret, reference to black Muslims. Dear fellow white man, the Christian Knights of the Ku Klux Klan is composed of all loyal white people, both Catholic and Protestant, native born.
He said they are composed of all loyal white people. Then when we look at all loyal white people, we are looking at all loyal Ku Klux Klan people.
Native born and foreign born, young and old. We are working to unite all of the forces of the white Christendom in the struggle to preserve the great white race.
To preserve, pardon me, just listen what he said. To preserve the great white race. Who is going to preserve the great black race? When you here want to be white. Well, now who's going to preserve the black man? If you want to go over and be white, or let them rob you, your color, who is going to preserve the black man? God and Elijah will try to preserve them.
The future of civilization depends upon the survival of the beautiful, intelligent white race, the bearer of Christian truth. I received a report from one of our Klansmen on the New York police force informing me that...
Just a minute. Did you say one was on the police force?
That's right. I'll reread it.
Oh, yes, sir.
I have received a report from one of our Klansmen on the New York police force informing me that the nigger Muslims are in rebellion against white law and order.
Now, he says that he has received from one of his friends that is on the police force that we, the Muslims, we the nigger Muslims are in rebellion against white law and order. I want that leader of the Ku Klux Klan to prove to us one instance where we ever have rebelled against the law of New York. On one instance or anywhere in the country. I wished I could take him to Congress and he and I sit down face to face with a mic, a national hookup, and let everybody see he and I talk together. I would like to. We would pay $100,000 for every hour, for every half an hour, to get that kind of talk to shore up this wicked world.
He reports that those blacks have no respect for your honest white Christian policemen.
Yes, sir. Now, we have no respect for police force. We are in Chicago for over 25 years. We were in Detroit 10 years. We go all over this country. What police is out there can say to us that we disobey them or their orders? We are the best law-abiding citizens in the country when it comes to not making trouble. We don't make trouble. What we look like trying to rebel against the law and order of the country with nothing but our hands. We don't carry knife, gun, pistol, or nothing. We don't teach our followers to carry no such thing. We come to you absolutely without any armed with nothing but the truth. And yet we are the greatest troublemakers in the country, doing nothing but at peace with each other, and yet it's troublemakers. That shows you who these people are. Move on.
Therefore, in the interest of law and justice, I am offering you the support of the Christian Knights of the Ku Klux Klan.
Look out, Harlem. I read in the paper last week where they had already reinforced the police force. So better look at them careful. You will see a little badge with the cross on it.
I am an expert on the black Muslims and have kept up with their infidelic activities for many years. From my knowledge of them, I assure you that they are much more dangerous to white Christian rule in New York than you realize. You and I must join forces to stop the black Muslims now, or they will soon drive every white person out of New York City.
Very weak.
The largest city in the world will then be all nigger city of black supremacy, where white black Muslims conquering New York is for my Christian Knights and your New York police to join hands and work together to uphold white Christian supremacy. Without the support of my Christian Knights, the Muslims will continue to force you to retreat until you and the great Mayor Wagner and all other white officials and judges will be ousted from office. Then he will only allow niggers on the New York... I'm sorry. Without the support of my Christian Knights, the Muslims will continue to force you to retreat until you and the great Mayor Wagner and all other white officials and judges will be ousted from office. Elijah Muhammad will then give your jobs to a nigger and put in a nigger as mayor of New York. Then he will only allow niggers on the New York City Council and all judges and